We fly high, no lie. You know this. Pull it.
And with all that being said, I've decided to continue my athletic and academic career at the Stanford University.
Yes, sir.
Network, it means everything to me. Back when I didn't have all these offers, maybe like one or two, he was always promoting me, what I'm saying, trying to get me on the radar, this guy, you need to look out for him. What I'm saying? It really means, the world to me. Bacon, he's been there, like I said, since I've been small. Always shouting me out and always just trying to put me on, just give me notice more than I really appreciate Bacon.
I mean, shoot, I was the new kid. Faison kind of was with the Ducks for a little minute. So my first year, of course, he had all the hype. He was probably about like 6'2" at 12. He was a mutant. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was a mutant. But I mean, from then you could see just the potential he had. I mean, I'm not surprised he's the number one quarterback. If you would have seen him in youth ball, you would have thought he was the number one quarterback in that class back then. So I mean, like going against him kind of like prepared you already for like what high school was. I mean, he looked like a high school quarterback around that time. So I mean, like trash talking with him. He's more quiet though. I will say that he don't talk that much trash. But I mean, like trash talking with him, going out there and hitting drills with Faison. I mean, that kind of like just builds you ready. I mean, hopefully I play against him in college. I would love it.
As y'all know, this is the Sizzling News Podcast. All right. What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the Season New Podcast. Hope everybody's having a great week, man. Y'all know we got a lot in store for y'all today, man. We're going to be talking about college football. ACC schedule just popped out, so we're going to talk about a couple of little teams, talk about some high school football as well, the latest going on with rankings, all our thoughts and everything, all that good stuff on the show today, man. So hope everybody's staying safe. Hope everybody got through the storm, the ice storm, snowstorm, whatever you want to call it, man. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. All right, let me bring on my co-hosts. Couldn't do it without him. Avon Bacon and Bacon Network. What's going on, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you doing, brother? I see you on an icicle, so it's smooth.
Nah, no icicles over here, brother. No icicles over here.
That's what's up, man. Like you said, everybody's made it through unscathed, at least on the Atlanta metro area south of Hall County. So we good, man. We all live to tell the tale. You know what I mean? For those who got to know they're out of school, I'm sure y'all enjoyed it, man. So y'all a prime location to enjoy the Just As a News podcast, and we appreciate all y'all tuning in. So like, comment, subscribe, get in the comment, get in the chat, and let us know any questions or takes that you may have.
Speaking of questions and takes, Bacon, anything you have coming into the show for today? Any bold takes? Anything that's caught your eye? Well, what's your talk? I do have a debate for you potentially, and we'll get your thoughts. But go ahead.
I mean, I got probably the spiciest thing I've got is for the Lane Kiffin controversial post that we'll get into. So I was gonna save it for that. So I mean, I don't want to get people too riled up no more than I already have. If you've seen it, or if you haven't seen it, just wait. But go ahead. I'm a debate on your topic today.
All right, man. So my topic for today, I wish I would have made a graphic. I didn't have time. I had to do some tech writing and different stuff like that. But this is a question for Bacon Network. All right. I had, a little group chat I was doing. I'm not going to name the people that are in the group chat, but I do want Bacon in on this. Hold on. I'm trying to pull up their Twitter accounts real quick. And hey, if y'all at home, we get a lot of kids that watch the show, a lot of parents. Y'all comment below on this as well, man. You know what I'm saying? We on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, X. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts. But Bacon, who is the top 2027 running back in your opinion? I'm going to pull up some names for you, brother, so it can help you out. Hey, and if we missing anybody, like I said, please, we want to engage with y'all. Comment down below. But there's several really good running backs. This is number one, uno. You know what I'm saying? Kentarius Mooney Gibson. We know what he means. We know how elite he is. We know he likes to tote that rock. All right? Had a really good season. That's number one. Number two, Andrew Beard, right? Plays for Prince Avenue Christian. Versatile running back. He's another name you got to add to your list. Number three is going to be this guy right here, Braden Tyson. All right? 2027 running back, Brookwood Broncos. played as a true freshman on TV and tore it up and won Player of the Game. All right, so that is number 3. And Bacon, I'm gonna make it even more sweeter for you. I'm gonna give you one more, and I'm gonna give you honorable mention. You might want to mention this guy right here, Nigel Newkirk, Gainesville, formerly of Ola High School. So, Bacon, what is your thoughts? Who is the top 2027 running back in your eyes?
I'm gonna go Andrew Beard, man.
Thank you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Nah, you good. It just a combination of a lot. I think he can do it all. It's close between him and Mooney about being the best. I'm gonna go with Andrew Beard just because I think he's got a little more grit to him to me than Mooney. But catch the ball out the backfield. Can run in between the tackle, can run outside, off the tackle, can run probably some outside, inside zone. I'm not sure if they run the zone scheme at Prince Academy. But any system you put this young man in, I know he can thrive. Now, Mooney Gibson, electric, probably has a little more wiggle. But like I said, I'm going to give the edge to Andrew Beard because he's got a little more grit. But Mooney Gibson, man, he's been doing this thing since youth league. Everybody knows Mooney Gibson, and then Nigel Newkirk, and what was the other back? And Nigel Newkirk, and I just had him on the month. And Braden Tyson. Okay, you slid in Gary Walker on me. I didn't see that one.
That's Creekside.
Yeah, he's tough too. Braden Tyson is elite too, but he's more of a smash mouth running back. I have seen him catch the ball out of the backfield. That was something that we kind of talked about him a couple of years ago whenever we were evaluating the 2027 class. He's elite. He's physical. He's got some speed where he can burst and get downfield. But you got to be a versatile running back these days. You know what I'm saying? We talk about being the cream of the crop, and I think Andrew Beard and Mooney Gibson are at the top of that list. But I'm gonna give Andrew Beard a slight edge in this class.
Okay. And we was having this debate, like I said, some of the debates I'm in and different just sports talks. So I wanted to throw it to the audience. Good little filler question. Get you guys' thoughts. We'll probably end up posting this as well. But I'm with you. I would take Andrew Beard as well, right? Like, it's no disrespect to Braden Tyson. Like you said, Bacon, he's more of a smash mouth running back. That is very effective at the next level, right? Reminds me of, a Mark Fletcher, right? And that's not to be disrespectful, but a guy that can win those tough yards. If you need 4 yards, he can get you 5. He got that burst of speed to make the big plays, right? But I feel like, catching the ball in the backfield, like if I'm looking for a whole virtuoso running back, I'm looking different, right? But that's not to say that Braden Tyson can't be effective. He can be effective at the next level. He can be effective and play high-end football. I just think with that model, that 6-foot frame, 200 plus, he's going to deal with a lot more blows, in my humble opinion. Again, can still be a very effective running back. This is just coming down to preference. Now, look, Mooney Gibson's a dog. I've always said that. I've always felt that way. I think Mooney Gibson's a top-level back. The injury he suffered really sucked. Hate seeing that happen to him. I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. I'm wishing him a full recovery, and he could be the same back that he was before. Because he's very elite, right? And it's almost like punching pennies a little bit when you want to decide who is who. But I will say, when you compare Mooney Gibson and you compare Andrew Beard and also a Braden Tyson, for Gibson and for Tyson, the offenses are predicated towards them, right? And I think that's the big difference, right? They're like, oh, well, he put up this amount of yards in 4A. Beard put up this amount of yards in 1A. He's playing trash football. But when you look at his totality, the offense is centered around Gibson. It has been for a very long time, and that's not to say they haven't thrown the ball to Braden Riles or they haven't thrown the ball to Nathan Guymang or Brock Burris. But when you think hell football, what do you think? You think about Mooney Gibson, number 0, right? When you think about Brookwood offense, what do you think about, Bacon? Number 24.
Yep.
All day long. When you think of Prince Avenue Christian offense, what do you think of?
Being Muser, the receivers they have. You think about a collective, not just Andrew Beard.
That's my whole point. And I try to tell people that because they look at his production and say, oh, his production wasn't the same this year. But remember, Ben Muser, he's also a dual threat quarterback. He runs a lot of that RPO game, right? And it's a lot of quick fire, quick strike offense. CJ Dockery, right? Hudson Hill, right? Like that's their offense. So they're not asking him to carry the ball 30 plus times, 25 times in a game. He might carry it 15 to 20. What I seen for me for Andrew Beard, that was like, okay, yeah, he's the top back of this class. When he played up against West Forsyth, that was 6A at the time. And I got a chance to see Beard just take over completely of the game, almost damn near 300 all-purpose yards. And the reason I put him number one, because he's the most versatile. You can line him up in a slot to run routes. You can line him up in the backfield to run option routes. He can run in between the tackles. He can pitch it to the outside. He can do kick return. He can do punt return. Whatever you need him to do on the field, he will do. That's not a knock to any of the other guys at all. All I'm saying is offense not as predicated around him, and I feel like to me, he's more of a Jahmyr Gibbs, Alvin Kamara type of a build.
Yeah.
And again, that's not being disrespectful. Both of those guys are enjoying a lot of success at the NFL level. But he gives me those kind of vibes and can do a plethora of things, which is why I put him number one. He had damn near 500 yards receiving this year. Didn't have as many yards rushing, 1,262, but he was still equally effective. So for me, with all those different things he does, I put him number one. And also, when we talk about running backs, I'm gonna put this over the top for you, Bacon. I don't know if he played a lot this year, but when I seen him, bro was playing safety too. Right? Mooney Gibson ain't playing no safety. Braden Tyson ain't playing no safety. Gary Walker not playing no safety. So all I'm saying is you could do a lot of different things with him. I know he ain't the biggest, he ain't no 6 foot, but he's equally as effective. So for me, Andrew Beard is my number one back in 2027. In my opinion, and as I said it in the group chat, I think he's gonna be the best of his class. And I'm telling you, I think he will dominate at the next level. That's just me. Some feel like he's gonna be just a kick return or whatever. This kid will dominate. Most people forget this is Garrison Hurst nephew. Garrison Hurst now play for Georgia. Come on now, what are we talking about? This is the top back available. Trust me, he will be effective at the next level in the elite. That's why he's my number one.
18 total touchdowns this past season.
If that's not enough, I guess it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? And Prince Avenue Christian don't just play 1A ball. Yes, they play 1A, but they also play a tough non-conference, right? They've played, different teams like the Blessed Trinities and the West Forsyth, the Callaway. Like they've played tough non-region opponents.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Just my opinion, just my take, but I wanted to debate the show, bringing it in with that.
Nah, good start, brother. That was a good start. And last thing, brother, we can't grade private school athletes anymore. We'll look at B. John Robinson, came out of a private school. I think it's time across the board. Even that argument might have flown early 2010s, but now, man, that private school public school debate is not what it used to be.
No, it ain't. Great point. All right, let's keep it rolling, baby. 1 second. All right, let's see. All right, Bacon, let's look at some schedules, man. Let's pull it up. We'll start with Colquitt County. Go ahead and share this tab with you. All right, man. Colquitt County announced their schedule release. Here it is right here, as you can see, Bacon. I'll start and throw it to you. I think the most intriguing game that's non-region is going to be TCC at Thomas County Central. I think that's the best ticket in house. Colquitt County, obviously a new era for them. Jay Lamar is going off to college. They've lost some different pieces, but I think them playing at TCC is must-see TV. South Georgia football, two of the best of the best. If you're able to get out there and watch that game, excuse me, I think that's dynamite and probably one of the better tickets, especially with Thomas County Central likely opening their season against them and them celebrating that state championship.
Yeah, for sure. For Colquitt to not just schedule TCC the first game of the season, but to go play these Florida teams, James Richard, Lincoln, this team is got to be primed to take that next step forward. 9-4 last year. Some losses early on. North Gwinnett 21-7. Lost to Lowndes and ultimately lost to Grayson 31-10. we look at Colquitt as a name brand program in the state of Georgia, but as of late, really for a while now, probably since Coach Prost left, it's just been okay. They're a good team, but South Georgia football outside of TCC has not lived up. It's not competitive as we see. If you look at the schedule last year, so this has got to be to build up some fortitude or try to get some recruits. I mean, because to enlighten me, Naj, like I said, I don't respect South Georgia football outside of TCC. It's not the athletes. At this point, I think Coco has great coaching, but it's still something that they still got to flip that switch to be competitive across the board.
I agree and disagree with you. I think South Georgia football doesn't always get the spotlight it deserves. Partly, I think just not having those creme de la creme matchups on TV. Like I think Lowndes and Valdosta every year should be on TV, regardless of whatever's going on, right? Colquitt's been another like standard program down there that plays at a high level, but very underrated, to a degree, right? Now, I think I don't think they underachieved this year. I thought they did what they were supposed to do. They made it. They ended up winning the game up here, coming up all the way up north from South Georgia and winning the game and prolonging, obviously, what they were able to do. I think part of it's attention. I think part of it is you do want to see them go further, but with the talent they have, how many star players have they had? They've had Nakar.
Yeah.
Now he's at Wake Forest. We know how good he was. Coming out of high school. They've had Landon Thomas, who's at Florida State right now, who's the outstanding tight end prospect for him. So they've had some talent there. I think it's just getting the most out of it. And I think to your point, Bacon is winning the big game, right? Winning that marquee matchup, and taking that next step as a program. But I think overall, they're a decent program. But like you said, I think that it is them taking that next step, which will elevate them as a whole.
Yeah, but just for me, it's just be competitive. Yeah, they handle business against not North Gwinnett, but Mill Creek. They handle business against North Creek. But you played Grayson. I know Grayson, at the time, was the number one team in high school football, but they played with a backup quarterback. From what I remember, Colquitt was fairly healthy into that game. And to lose 31-10, it's not a contest really. For the most part, second half's not a contest.
I get that. I'm not saying you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? I get that. You want to see them, match up a little bit better. I mean, I don't disagree with you. But I think it's a successful year though. They went 9-3. I think out of 12 games, I think they did well. They had a lot going on. We know about it. They sophomore quarterback had a decent season. Cohen Lawson, 19 touchdowns this past year. I think they got a decent program, a really good program at South Georgia. I think it's like you said. I think it's a matter of just playing some of those more marquee opponents, and I think they're doing it with week one, playing against Thomas County Central. You want to see him where you measure up at. You play the best of the best. Seeing them play Cook County is another one as well. But yeah, to your point, is beating the upper echelon teams, but that's not easy to do, right? Grayson football is different. Buford football that's usually who they're going to face in quarterfinals.
Right.
You're going to have a pretty damn good team to beat a Buford, to beat a Carrollton, to beat some of these top tier, programs. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're on the precipice. Some things they got to work out, but they just need a couple more pieces here and there. I think they'll get it.
Second best team in South Georgia. It's not a bad look for Colquitt, but what do you think the record will be at the end of the 2026 season?
It's a good question. I think they lose the opener to TCC. Monroe, they should handle business. Cook, they should handle business. Lee County's tough. That is a home game. Lee's a really good program, though. They got Gene Upshaw, I think over 40-plus offers. Lee County should still be competitive for another season. Got a really good tight end down there. It's a very physical bunch. So they might be 2-2 or 3-1 at the end of those first 4 games. Then you play Lincoln, James Reichert's, your last 2 non-region games with a bye in the middle before you play your region schedule, right? We always know those games are tough. Valdosta, Lowndes, and things like that. So I say probably same thing. I'll go 9-3. But this is obviously 10 games that would include the playoffs. I would say a solid 7-3. I can see them going.
7-3. Okay.
What about you?
Definitely lose to Thomas County Central. Yeah, it's not a bad one, bro. That's not a bad one. They did. They lost to They lost to Lee County last year, I believe. No, they lost to Lowndes last year. They lost to Lowndes last year, 31-14. They beat Lee in a nail biter. Came down to the wire. But I mean, yeah, 3 losses is not a bad one. Three loss season is not a bad season for them. I think the Florida team, one Florida team might clip them. Maybe both. Not too familiar with the programs, but Florida, they play that fast-paced type of offense, fast-paced air raid. They got athletes all over the field. That seems what be is the kryptonite for South Georgia teams specifically. That's just my take. So 7-3, 7-4. I mean 7-3, 6-4, somewhere around in there. But again, they'll make the playoffs. Be the second best team in South Georgia. Sophomore quarterback going into his junior year. The prime for his senior campaign is where they should. You know what I mean? Take that next step, but we'll see. We'll see. Thomas County Central obviously holds the crown in South Georgia.
100%. All right, man. We'll leave it there, man. Speaking of TCC, man, let's pull up their schedule, see what they got going on for this upcoming season. All right, here we go, man. So this is TCC. Several games stand out, Bacon, but I'm going to throw it to your way and see what you think.
All right, Thomas County Central. They got Coke. We already talked about that. Lincoln, Florida. Lithonia, Brooks County, Lee County, Veterans, Houston County, Tift County, Coffee, Northside, Warren Robbins. This is a gauntlet of a schedule. I'm not gonna lie. Colquitt, we already talked about that. Lincoln, Florida. Miss TCC. Not too familiar with Lincoln, Florida. Lithonia is a program that has athletes, but I still like TCC in that matchup. They should go undefeated once again. Biggest team to look out for a possible upset. You can say Houston County. Northside, they got a lot of athletes on that side of the ball. They got Coach Boone. They got defensive line. They got a couple of DB. They got a lot of skilled players over there. But Houston County and Northside, Lincoln County maybe, if you're more familiar with that team. But I still think TCC goes undefeated again and finds himself back in the bins for a back-to-back championship. Is it 3-peat? No, back-to-back. For a back-to-back title.
Yeah. Let me see.
Beat Northside last year, 70-0. Houston County, 31-7. Coffee, 41-17. Not a close game on this schedule last year. Closest game was against Lee County, 35-21.
Now, to your point, you said you think they'll win it all. I don't believe so next year. Hold on.
Like Milton.
Nah, this is their region. I mean, this is the classification, right? So obviously they'll be in that region. We talked about Houston County, Lee County. I think that'll be they played them last year. They was in that same region last year, along with Coffee. Coffee's a very damn good team, year in and year out. So I think that region's gonna be a little bit tougher. You got Creekside. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to be right back there. They're going to return the majority of their roster. Woodward Academy should be better. We'll see what happens with Hughes. I don't know how good they're going to be next year. The 4, I don't really see it. Alcovy, Chambly, Decatur. Not sure about that one. You got Creekview, Lassiter, Kale, Pope, River Ridge, Rome is in that classification as well. That's going to be a really good region with Kell and Rome in the same one. I kind of like that one. Hiram, East Paulding. We'll see what happens there. Alpharetta, Gainesville, new head coach is Davis Bryant. We'll see how good they are. Milton, I don't know. Hopefully optimistic, but not too sure. New quarterback for Roswell, Pearson DeGala. He transferred from Walton this past offseason. Bacon, so interesting. I just don't think it'll be a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? I think, they should be back in contention. I think when Creekside's in your same classification, right. I think that's a little bit tougher.
Yeah, good call. That's gonna be a hell of a game. That's gonna be a hell of a game. I agree with you. I'll take Creekside over TCC, but that's gonna be a hell of a game for sure.
Especially if they play. So I'm with you. I think Colquitt is going to be interesting. Great opening game to see where they are. Lincoln, Florida is usually pretty good. Lithonia, shout out to them for even scheduling this game and wanting to go down to TCC. That's a mark for them. That's a lot of travel costs going down there. Brooks County is usually a pretty good team in their classification, competitive, play at a high level. Lee County, I think that emergence of Coffee is one to watch for. Everybody sleeps on that, but they won the state championship a few years ago. So that's going to be a game to see what they're able to do for sure.
100%, yeah. That's facts. They had that big running back that year. They won state. Yeah, Coffee always pops up, you know what I mean? 2-3 year periods. Yeah, so that's a good call. Houston County, nothing on Northside Warner Robins, though?
They'll be the same. I'm gonna have to try to go back and visit them during the spring and see what they got going on. But I think Northside Warner Robins, it was a trying year for them a little bit, but a very young roster. They get another year under their belt. I have to go back and see them up close in person. Didn't have a great season this year, but it don't take much long for Coach Boone to turn it around. But again, tough region. Lee, Coffee, Houston, Northside. That's a tough region, bro. It's a tough region. But we gonna see. I don't have too much word. I ain't got my ear down there fully with it being Middle Georgia, but definitely gonna try to go back down there and see what they got going on for sure. And maybe even try to go to a game this year.
There you have it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bacon. Let's go up north, man. Let's go to Walton. Walton Raiders, man. New team, new looking program. This is this. Can you see this?
It's a little blur. I can pull it up on my end. I can see it well enough though. We got Milton, Parkview, Roswell. Yeah, so what North Clayton.
Hold on, let me get mine.
Nah, you fine, brother. Wheeler, North Paulton, Wheeler, Fall Break. You good?
All right. Yeah, so they play. They got Parkview, Roswell. Looks like Roswell. That's going to be a quirky game for them. That'll be a real interesting one to see Marietta and Roswell playing. North Clayton is a very interesting one. Bacon going up against Justin Murphy at North Gwinnett. Everything they got going will be good. Then they play North Paulding, Wheeler, Marietta, get into region play here. Cherokee, North Cobb, Paulding County, and Etowah. No McKeeston this year, though.
No McKeeston this year. Is that a usual rivalry for them, or
They usually will play them.
Okay.
Usual, but they did do a reclassification though.
So I mean, fair. It's a solid schedule here. I mean, you Milton out the gate. That's going to be a test game. That's what you're going. That's what you're hitting the weight room right now for to prepare for Milton. So you know, what I mean, it's a competitive game. Last year you went to the third round, beat East Coweta. Next round, I mean, got bounced out. But this is a new year. I like the quarterback, Gilstrap. Not Gilstrap. What's the young man's name, Naj? Number 6.
Not Peacock, is it?
It is Peacock. You know what I mean? I like him. I like how he plays the game. Beat out the upperclassmen last year, and he held steady with the job. So looking for him to take another step forward this year. Parkview, so I always got some talent, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how Parkview has progressed from last year to this year, and the talent they've retained. Roswell losing their quarterback. It's gonna be an interesting game, but I think Walton can go 2-1 through the first 3 games. North Clayton, interesting game, man. I like to see North Clayton expand out and play teams outside of the AP. I mean, they played teams outside of the AP. They played LaGrange and teams like that last year. But Walton is an interesting game. Shout out to Coach for for Coach Burnett for scheduling Walton. If you've been watching Justin Murphy and seeing his film, all-season film, he's definitely turned. He's been turning the corner, but he's looking fluent more so by the day. So that's going to be an interesting game. Possibly we'll try to go to that game. North Gwinnett, another big game for them here. But this is a formidable schedule after that North Gwinnett North Paulding game. It kind of gets, it gets a little lackluster. We'll see what North Cobb looks like without Teddy at the helm. He reclassed, and Paulding County. Etowah, like I said, it's front loaded. You get to lick your wounds, try to heal up for playoffs, but build your confidence back up. But it's a solid schedule by Coach Bruner and the Walton Raiders.
Yeah, I'd say I think definitely the non-region schedule prepares them when you look at it in totality for the region schedule when they play Wheeler and Marietta. Marietta should be better. I think in this new year they played really good in their region schedule. So I think they'll probably be the toughest opponent for them. We'll see how North Cobb looks. There's been some rumors they landed a former quarterback from Milton. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard per rumor. So that'll be interesting to see what they're going to look like. They still got one of the top running backs in the 2028 class. A guy that can really tote it. We'll see what they do with the weapons on the outside. But I think when it comes down to it, Bacon, you look at Parkview, that'll be a really good match at the beginning of the season. And then Roswell, you on that big platform, big stage on TV, to see kind of where you at. And then North Clayton, a team that took some steps forward last year under Justin Murphy, got some big wins, beat Stevenson. So that'll be another good test. And then you conclude your non-region schedule with North Gwinnett. That'll be a good one as well. And then North Paulding, I think that might be a region opponent, if I'm not mistaken. But those two always go at it. Those two always give us a good contest when we look at North Paulding and Walton. So I think two really good teams, and I think a great way to schedule for Coach Bruner. And if we're being honest about Walton, that team overachieved last year with everything they lost from the previous year, everything that went on with the Ward brothers. They left, trying to rebuild and retool a franchise and a team, and you go and beat an undefeated team that whooped you week 1 in McEachern, and you went to their turf and you won. And then you also beat East Coweta, no disrespect to them, really good program, good franchise. You beat them as well, both games on the road. I don't think people talk enough about the job that Coach Daniel Bruner did with that team last year. And those guys grew up, right? Now, obviously, some guys left, but you get Aiden Napore back. He comes back from a torn ACL, right? You're going to get Christian Peacock, who's be your quarterback going forward. You got Jordan Peacock, his little brother. NG Burnett's blowing up on the recruiting scene as a DB for you. You got good linebacker play, solid running backs. Walton should be right back in the fold again. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win the state championship, but one thing you can't do with Coach Bruner, him being the head coach, you can never count him out.
Yeah, well, he was coach of the year last year for the classification.
I don't know if he was. That's what I said he should have been.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely should have been.
He did. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I agree. Coach Bruner does a hell of a job. When he has talent, we had Jeremy and the gang, Wendell Gregory a couple years back. And I mean, that was a team that could have beat anybody that year. You know what I'm saying? Probably across the nation. But yeah, they definitely overachieved last year and lost a close game to Valdosta. Lost by 3 on the road.
Come on now.
Yeah. Hats off.
That's all. All right, Bacon. Well, I'm going to play your clip that you shared. You had a great story I want to share to the audience. You broke down, did a good little doc, just everything this kid has going on, provided some really good exposure for him. So, yeah, we're going to roll the clip. Again, we shouldn't get copyrighted YouTube because it's coming from my partner. So, we should be good there. We should be good. All right. 1 second. We're going to move me and Bacon off.
And I'm class of 2028. And I go to ECHS. And I'm class of 2028.
To the left of that decimal, I need 7 figures to play the joint. Turn up your... and you'll see how I flip like exclamation points. My shoot first as if they never played the point. More 2 guards, enough straps to fill.
My name is Oliver Smith, and I go to ECHS, and I'm class of 2028.
To the left of that.
All right.
Yeah,
I was quick. But Bacon, you got the flow. Go ahead.
Definitely just got copyrighted. That J. Cole just definitely clipped us. But Oliver Smith, training with Lindell Arnold right there. Sophomore, going into his going to his junior season, made C1 and then Red Devils. Is a receiver he's probably gonna get the starting position. It's gonna feel Sam Gritton. It's either Sam myself, I believe it's Sam Gritton, senior last year for East Coweta. Look for him to slide into that role for them. Polished route runner. You know, when you look at the video we just showed there, you can see the jabs are need a little more sense of direction. But talking about his hips, his way he sinks his hips, way he gets in and out of breaks, to me is elite right now. Very good hands. It's a very good athlete. He's probably said he's the best receiver on East Coweta. I'm not sold yet. You still got Chance Gilbert out there. Walter Maestro, who's been blown up recently, is picking up offers every other day, it feels like. But Oliver Smith will be elite. You can catch him at the 7-on-7 tournament playing with the Red Devils C1N. But Oliver Smith is definitely, without a doubt, a name that you need to know and a player you need to keep out for on the 7B7 circuit, because it might just beam top you during the circuit.
There you have it, man. Yes, sir. Great analysis by Bacon. Y'all go check it out on his channel, Bacon Network. He has a full YouTube video on it as well. Let me see if I can pull that. 1 second. You guys can check all of that out.
While you may be plugging that, also when you look at East Coweta, it's gonna be they're loaded. I mean, from what I talked to a source today or a coach today, 2027 group is very talented. However, when you lose 2 offensive tackles, we lose 2 anchor pieces like the Hurd twins. That's gonna be tough to replace. And you know, what I mean, we all know in a game of football, it's all about the line of scrimmage and how you protect the quarterback. Jax Bowles is coming back for his senior season. So we'll see how they replace the Hurd twins, but everything else outside of that will be talented. But an inexperienced group, how would they prepare them to play during the offseason? Will we see them play on the 7-7 on the school 7B7 circuit and get into paddock camp, which we have not seen this team do in the past? So that'll be a question mark for Coach Small and the Indians.
Yes, it will be. Great announcement by you. Like I said, and 7-7 tournament is February 28th and March 1st. Y'all boys, make sure you check it out. Be at Chamblee High School. Y'all make sure y'all go fill out that form. They posted it on the social media, man. Probably one of the best 7-on-7s you can find. Obviously, Battle of Miami is very big. They just had that. I know that's a big, obviously, recruiting pitch and tournament and 7-on-7. But that 7s, if you want to be in the city, you want to be in Atlanta, and you a local reporter and you want to get out there, that's the place to be, man. It's media everywhere. They just got sponsored by Max Preps. So, I mean, hey, you want a spot to be? That's the spot to be.
Can we get it back on the south side, though? You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I did like it there. You know what I'm saying? I did like it at Clark, but maybe they was overhead costs. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they was trying to, but I'm with you, though. I did like it on the south side. I went too far of a drive in Clark, Atlanta.
Morehouse. Yeah, bring it back to the house, man. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, we'll support the brand. We'll support the movement of Chamblee, you know what I mean, the Tucker area. But, you know, it's like it on the south side, man. We always going to the north side. We ain't going to do something for the south side. But shout out to the guys at the 7s, man. They do a great job. And shout out to them for the big collaboration, like you just said, Naj, with Max Preps.
1000%, man. Shout out to them. All right, man. Let's keep it rolling, man. Let's talk way too early top 10. This is from via QB Mark. It's probably one of the hottest sports analysts. Just added Bibb County to his covering roster, man. One of the probably best ones you're going to find on the high school scene. Very tapped and very plugged in. But this is top 10. We had him on the show. One of our big co-hosts, Bacon. But what do you think? 1, he had Buford. 2, Creekside. 3, Grayson. 4, North Gwinnett. 5, Douglas County. 6, Sandy Creek. 7, Langston Hughes. 8, Roswell. 9, Milton. And 10, McEachern. His full list. Oh, no. Those are the areas he covered. But, yeah, that was his full top 10. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I looked at this whenever you sent out the top. I was like, yeah, man. I knew Marcus. I might have already seen this, but I can't remember if I seen it the first time he put it out or when I was looking at the topics. But this is perfect. I don't have really too much to say about this. You can maybe say switch some team here or there, but that's all speculation, your perception, your opinion. But this is a good list. Buford at number 1. You know what I mean? National champions. They got the trophy. kudos. You know what I mean? Creekside number 2, definitely. Grayson number 3. You know what I mean? I like that, man. North Gwinnett 4. North Gwinnett must be returning a lot of their roster from last year. They had a very good team last year. That's why he's got them high. DC 5. Can't complain there. So, and most people wouldn't have Sandy Creek that high, but I think this is the perfect list, bro. What you think?
Yeah, I would say no. It's a good list, but I would say I would make some changes to it. You know, I like Valdosta. The Valdosta's not in here. Got to get South Georgia's love. No TCC.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. He didn't cover that area. That's what it is.
I get it, but you know, wait too. TCC should be in there. You know, gotta get Valdosta. I know you don't cover South Georgia, man, but if you're gonna make a top 10, you know, Bacon. Yeah, to me, you gotta put them in. No Carroll County. No Carrollton.
Ooh, no Carrollton.
Come on, man. No Carrollton. Come on, man. They just went to the state title game, right? They was playing for a natty too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the team I would put on. I think Hughes is a little too high. No disrespect. They're losing a lot. I know what they got coming back. I know they got that young thoroughbred stud 2028 wide receiver DB. I know he is him. You know what I'm saying? But, losing a lot, man. Is Mook ready? Mook's elite. Is he ready? This your team now. This is your franchise. Your program. Is you ready?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have a lot of young bucks. Roswell to me is a little too high. Roswell just lost. They just lost that outstanding quarterback now. And he made up for a lot of deficiencies on that roster. I know they brought in Pearson DeGala, and Roswell at 8 is a little high for me. Milton, okay, you can put Milton top 10. I'm cool with that. I understand. I'm cool from a talent perspective. McKeecher makes sense. Ja'Cory Shockley, you know what I'm saying? You look at I can't think of his name right now.
Casey
Barner. Like, I get why you would put McKeecher on this list. That's cool. But I just feel like Carrollton, Valdosta, like you got to show him some love, man. Got to show him some love, man. So those are the teams I think on this list that should be on there. But I would say decent list. If you're gonna put Sandy Creek, put them above Douglas County. They just won. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Say what you want. I know what you're gonna say. Say what you want though. But Sandy Creek wins, bro. No disrespect to Doug. I'm not even trying to throw no disrespect. I get it. Every year they're overloaded with talent. Sandy Creek at least wins. They've won 2 titles now in the past, 5-6 years? Come on now. We got to get Sandy Creek some love, yo. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, get them boys some love, man. They should be ranked above them. I know they're not returning the same roster. I get it, Bacon. I understand. But, they deserve some love too, man.
I think, he doesn't, to his point about Carrollton, he doesn't cover Carroll County. And I was like, he covered Douglas County, so Carrollton should be in there, but doesn't cover Carroll County. But I think the reason why Mark put DC over Sandy Creek is due to depth, mainly on the line of scrimmage. And it could go either way. But I think the depth, mainly at the line of scrimmage, is why I put DC over Sandy Creek.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. No. I put it in total tally. I respect it. I ain't saying DC in the top 10 team. Sandy Creek has done it at a higher level for a long time now. You know what I'm saying? So, and they've won with 2 different head coaches now.
Yeah.
You know, I know they ain't returning the same roster, but yeah, I feel like you got to give DC some love. First 3, I ain't really got too many complaints. I don't. Buford, Creekside, I think he nailed that top 3. I ain't really going to say too much on that. I think he cooked with that. You know what I'm saying? North Gwinnett, I mean, they're a good program. For the talent that they have, I get it. Another team, Carver Columbus. But I know he might not cover Muskogee. So I understand. Might not cover Muskogee. That's another team. They've consistently won with whoever has been at the helm. You got to get Carver Columbus on now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To me. But decent list. I'm going to give them a B. I know I've been critiquing it. I'm going to give them a B.
Mm-hmm.
Could be better.
We'll leave it at that, brother.
Could be better. All right, baby. I'm gonna give you the reins on this one, man. We've had a lot of transfer portal. Marcus broke some other news the other day too, man. But this one's obviously pretty massive, man. This is Keon Stanford. We've covered him a lot, Bacon. We know about him. He was committed to Georgia Tech, reopened his recruitment. But he is going to the Newton Rams. So, Bacon, I'll throw the floor to you. What is your reaction?
I think Keon is jumping up the classifications for better competition on a consistent basis. He's already got every offer in under the sun. That's what it has to be. Now, what I'm hearing per sources is that Stevenson's old quarterback is going to Newton. So it's like, it's not the best throwing. It's not the best quarterback situation for Keon Stanford, but he's an electric receiver. So saying that, he must know something that we don't. It must be somebody else that's going to be trailing. Because I critiqued Stevenson last year and many others. Is that they're a one-dimensional team outside of Anthony Booker, Jaden Johnson. The offense is very one-dimensional. So if that's the case, if Newton is inheriting Stevenson's old quarterback, it's a dud move. He shouldn't lose any scholarship offers, but like I said, he must know something we don't move. But you can't knock the kid for jumping up in competition. More primetime games, on TV more potentially.
I'm gonna say, Bacon, I think it's a good move. My concern, like you look at Chapman, he had a really productive year for Athens Academy. He was getting him the ball, right? Consistently, Bacon. He was force feeding them, right? Do they have the quarterback in Newton to do that? That's my concern in Covington. You know what I'm saying? That's my concern. I ain't too far from where I'm at. 30-minute drive or so. I ain't too worried. I do want to check out Newton this year. They got the tailback to do it. So he going to get one-on-one opportunities because they're going to load that damn box with Kevin Hartsfield. But can you get him the ball? Can you do it? That's the biggest question. And then for Newton, you just said about Colquitt, can Newton ever win a big game? Ever.
Right.
Ever. Right. That's the biggest question with Newton. Can you win a big game? And I'm not talking about be Archer and you beat this program, this team. Bacon, you know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm talking about pulling off for what we just seen with Walton, right? Walton's winning big games, right? They going and upsetting number one seeds. You know what I'm saying? They're going and upsetting East Coweta with the number one player, number one safety in the country, right? Can you do that? Can you make more of the talent? Because it's not like Newton not talented. Talented every year, but can we take that next jump? Can we just? It's the hurt. Can we do that? That's what we need to see from Newton. Great head coach. Not knocking head coach. Great head coach. Can we see that next step? Right? And when we look at the region, we're gonna look at the classification real quick, Bacon.
Yeah.
Look at the classification real quick. Right? It's the same. You play these same teams. Only teams I think is Rydell County. Archer have been in your region for years. Grayson been in your region for years. Rydell County's, not Rydell County. I'm sorry. South Gwinnet's been in your region for years. Can you take the final step? You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it's easy because you got Colquitt Lowndes with Auster. You know what I'm saying? Carrollton out there, DC. But can you go on the road? Can you host a playoff game? To me, Bacon, you should be the 2 seed this year at a minimum. If you can't get over the hump of Gracie, you should at minimum be a 2 seed this year.
Yes,
as a bare minimum. Why you can't win a 2 seed this year? And then when you look at this classification, it's the highest. But what teams really scare you looking at next year, right? Collins Hill's gonna have a great defense as they always do. We know this. Buford, national champion, you're gonna have to consider them, right? Berkmar, we'll see. Brookwood, can Tyson be healthy? Can they surround him with the talent around him? Yep. You know what I'm saying? Duluth, question mark. Norcross, we'll see what happens at quarterback for them. You know what I'm saying? North Gwinnett's going to be obviously stable at every. Can Parkview take another step with Adam Clark as they coach, right? But these are all winnable. You should be able to go on the road and win some of these games in the playoffs if you need be, right? You should be able to get past the second round. Why can't you get to quarterfinals or a semis? That's my question with you.
Yeah, quarterfinal or bust for sure.
That's my question.
But like I said, man, I like the move for Keon Stanford, jumping up in competition. But they got to give somebody to throw the football. If that doesn't happen, I'm gonna say I hope the brother can transfer somewhere else because you know what I mean he's too talented he's too much of a talent to go somewhere where he's gonna be in a situation where he can't get the ball.
Right. This is it though. This is last year.
Yeah, I know, but you know, hypotheticals, man. I'm all about good football, man. We don't want to see nothing. You know what I mean? We don't want to see no stand there run the ball 50 times a game. Just not good for the viewership. But I agree, man. Newton's got to get over the hump this year. It should walk into a 2 seed, and like I said, like you said, quarterfinal or bust.
Facts. All right, Bacon. So before we move on to college, did you have any other high school tops, any other things you saw, or anything else you wanted to highlight before we move on?
Nah, I don't think I can really. I got some information this week, but I don't think it's suitable for the show. It's more like it's too deep, so I'm gonna keep it to myself right now until further notice.
All right, respect it. All right, let's excuse me. Let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling. All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and hit college. We'll hit Jordan Seaton first, man. But obviously, big pickup for them. Jordan Seaton officially commits to LSU Tigers. They get the number 1 offensive tackle. Bacon, remember when he was a true freshman, we was talking about this on the show. But he now is officially an LSU Tiger. What are your thoughts on that?
What's that? Arthur Smith hired 4 hours. I mean, we saw the writing on the wall, man. We know when he won that $2.5 million, we seen LSU in and after Texas, who it's either gonna go 1 or 2 places. And Texas already been shelling out a lot of money. LSU just seemed like the more viable option. Lane Kiffin. It's gotta have that. That big move. I'm here. This is how I'm running my camp. I'm a little more frivolous with my NIL money to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So not a surprise, man. But it's a great move for Seaton and a great pickup for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, man. I mean, we'll talk about it here real quick, Bacon. But no, good pickup. You're going to need a staple left tackle for your quarterback, Tim Leavitt. So I think a good pickup. Obviously, you shelled out a lot of money, to land at Jordan Seaton. But I think a very stellar move for them. But this move also comes with pressure for Lane Kiffin. They've dealt out a lot of money, right? When you look at their transfer portal class, Bacon, you're going to be like, wowzers, 40 guys, Bacon. 40 incoming transfers. They look like Colorado. Colorado had 42. So
Thanks.
It ain't like they didn't cook. Right? You're getting Prince Will, his brother's in the NFL, 98, Bacon, 90-8 coming out of the portal. It's insane. It's high as hell. And you got TJ Dowdery to be your linebacker. Right? Get both of them from Ole Miss. Both of those guys are good. We just talked about Jordan Seaton coming out of the portal, 5-star high end. 98 overall. Fahim Deline, remember him, Bacon? He was a top 5-star prospect, defensive back that committed to Ohio State. He, true freshman. He'll be obviously trying to get that safety spot for you. So that's another standout for them. Husan Longstreet, that one's interesting. Can Lane keep him after 1 year? Because obviously this will probably be the last year of Sam Leavitt, right? He just finished his redshirt sophomore campaign. This will be his redshirt junior season. He's likely gone. Will he be ready to get the reins next year for Husan Longstreet? Comes up from USC. Likely not playing this year, right? All right, so that was the top pick. Jordan Ross from Tennessee, edge rusher. They're going to need another one, right? Coming back. He'll obviously be a big one for them moving forward, right? So that's another big guy they got. We talked about Sam Leavitt, right? Or Sam Leavitt, however you want to say it. Top quarterback. I think he's one of the best ones that was out there in the portal. Say what y'all want. Someone's like, oh, well, what has he done? He's done a damn lot. Dude's elite. He's him. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Beat Texas Tech, one of the only ones besides Oregon to beat them this year when he was healthy in Arizona State. I'm just saying. Kid's a dog. Stud. Right? Stephylon Green, formerly of Rome. Was at Clemson for a few years. He's going to play your defensive tackle. Another outstanding pickup, Bacon. This one's a very underrated Ty Benefield. Boise State. Another top safety. Man, your back end. Another league get. This one, Bacon. Eugene Wilson III. True freshman. Florida. We talked about that receiving corps last year. He'll get a chance to vie for a spot. They also got Jace Brown. You know what I'm saying? He'll be a top guy. Trey Brown III from Old Dominion. You know what I'm saying? He's another outstanding guy as well. Jace Brown, who I just talked about from Kansas State. You know, that's another top pickup for you as well. A lot of good pickups though, Bacon. So I mean, what do you think? They lost 37 guys, brought in 40 piece. So what do you think?
This is a good overhaul, man. You got 2 game changers on your defensive line. You bring Winston Watkins, follows Lane Kiffin to LSU. That's a big get. We just talked about Eugene from Florida. Jordan Seaton from Colorado. LSU has a very good chance. Well, they're shooing to make the college football playoffs. That's not a secret, but they got a very good chance of going to the Big Dance and possibly winning it. Will they do it? That's why you play the season. But Lane Kiffin essentially has went from Ole Miss to LSU and is playing with the same type of house money. Yes, it's going to have some more pressure on him playing in Death Valley. The LSU fan base is, you know what I mean, they were a little antsy. You know what I mean, last year they thought they had something. They had Fool's Gold and Garrett Nussmeier in the Tiger camp. But this year they should be at ease, man. But it's going to come down to Lane Kiffin making those calls in crunch time and getting his team potentially back to the mountaintop.
For sure. I'm with you, Bacon. I know you said some. It's a whole goddamn lot of pressure on Lane Kiffin. It is. Yeah, when you deal out that kind of money, and then they even paid him money with Ole Miss, them going as far as they did in the postseason. At least made a cool meal off that.
Nice.
At least. So it's like, yeah, they investing a lot and they want to win. Like, don't let them start at 2-2 or 2-3. That hot seat gonna be hot. I ain't saying they're gonna release him, but it's gonna be ugly. When it comes to the Tigers, it's gonna be ugly. So I do think there is pressure. I don't think he's playing with no house money. Now he going to deliver a chip. He can cool off that, that pressure. You know what I'm saying? They game away or whatever it may be. But it's gonna be some pressure. When you go and you fork, think what? They did $10 million plus on the port. Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's a lot of money. Them folks want to win and they better win fast and in a hurry. So it's gonna be interesting to watch. I like LSU, low key outside of my Miami Hurricanes. That's a team I love to watch, right? I kind of fell in love with them when I was a little younger, when I was seeing them boys that just playing with Joe Burrow and Chase and Jefferson and running the rock.
Go further back than that, man.
Yeah, man. Gotta go a little further back. But man, when LSU on and they good, LSU is damn good. So they're gonna be interesting to watch, man. A lot of pressure on them. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen, Bacon. But other issues, Bacon. Other issues. All right. This ain't no political show. Okay? Not political. It ain't political. All right. But we do have to bring this up. This is a sports show. But we got to talk about it. Bacon, I'm going to let you start up. This was the post. Lane Kiffin has now scrubbed any mention of this post from his timeline. This serves as an official record of who Lane Kiffin chooses to affiliate himself and the LSU staff with. He said, Lane, do not marginalize people who put food on your table. Make you successful by intentionally endorsing a racist, classist bigot for clicks and giggles. Again, I am just reading what that tweet says. Don't come for me in the comments. I'm just showing you guys, okay? But the post essentially was, Bacon, make Baton Rouge great. And he added Donald Trump. All right? I'm going to give you the floor. I'm reading tweets, so again, don't come from me in the comments. Bacon, what is your reaction?
I mean, it's a playful thing. It made Baton Rouge great again. He's trying to make a culture altering statement here that Lane Kiffin is here. They had a bad year last year, and he's gonna improve LSU for sure. But you know what I mean, to have Donald Trump and the slogan of "Make America Great Again" and remix into "Make Baton Rouge Great Again" is very tasteless. But obviously, I'm sure Lane Kiffin rolls around. He over there with the elephants. He probably votes Republican. You know what I mean? You look at Lane Kiffin. He probably do it. Just keep it in the buck. But you know what I mean? With everything that's going on in the world of politics, foreign policy, you know what I mean? You just got to be, you gotta be more sensitive. That's just the world we're living in, unfortunately. But I mean, it's honestly not too serious, but it's tasteless to me. I mean, but it's just the state of America, man. If I feel like no one is shocked. You may be a little pride of ego, maybe a little bruised, hit, but you know what I mean, not surprised, man. At the end of the day, it's football. It's gonna have to be earned in between the lines. But to me, like I said, very tasteless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think my statement is you got to read the room, Lane. You got to read the room. It's just not the time to do that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get the slogan. I know it's play on the words. It's just now is not the time when America's approval rating right now for the president POTUS is 71% disapproval. That's all I'm saying. It's cool. Like I said, I ain't coming from nobody's political beliefs. You believe in what you believe in. Believe in what you believe in. I'm not coming for nobody on that. Again, this ain't no political show. All I'm saying is read the room. Just not the time. Not the time. Especially when you're trying to win a natty and the pressure is on your, you know what, Bacon. We just talked about it. Ain't time. You know what I'm saying? And especially when a lot of your players is of a different melanin. And you know what I'm getting at.
It's a different demographic, 100%.
Yeah, man. You gotta be real careful how you told that line. Because I'm saying players. People don't think about this now. Them same players can go to HBCUs. I know the resources ain't there. I know it ain't the same on Power 4 level. I know what y'all gonna say. But them same great athletes, swing with Travis Hunter, I know he ended up at Colorado, went to Jackson State. You see it all the time. They can easily decide to go somewhere else. That's all I'm saying. Last few years, we've seen the SEC is not won a natty. These players is going to other spots and winning. Michigans, the Ohio States, the Indianas, whatever you want to say. You do not have to go to the SEC to win a natty. You don't.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So if you're Lane, they're poking y'all this money. All I'm saying, read the room, be smart. That's all I'm saying. Whatever you believe politically, I ain't coming for that. You do what you do. Just gotta be careful once you text what you put out. Because you don't want to piss off the wrong people. You just don't want to do it.
Who is the wrong people in Louisiana, though? You think his players actually care?
I think some do.
Some. I think some
do. I do.
You spent $10 million, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we getting ready to talk about Clemson and the whole, tampering situation. Sorry, man, I got another $100,000 for you, man. Sorry, man, we'll be all right. You gonna be all right? Yeah, coach, I think I'm gonna be all right, man. Money talks, man. You know what I mean? It's we're in that world, man. Buying morals or whatever the case may be. Not just saying that that's what's gonna happen, but these college kids, man. You know what I mean? They understand the world as it is. I'm here for a season. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to my destination, to my goal. So yes, I agree with you. Now some players are probably, coach, what's going on, coach? But until them star players, you know what I mean? Coach Lane brought me here. We're trying to win. You know what I mean? Whether they win and got that extra $100K, is undisclosed, and we'll never know. But while our brother's away, man, hopefully everything is everything. I mean, I'll just continue to bit off my sentiment, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I mean, LSU is still gonna do its thing. It's still gonna win. How deep will it go? You gotta look at Texas, right? You gotta look at Georgia. Georgia should rebound. I'm sure Kirby is furious at how this season ended, getting out coached by Ole Miss this year. Let's see who else we got. Tennessee. We gotta see how Alabama responds. Vandy. Florida. The cream of the crop teams will be Georgia, LSU, and potentially Georgia, LSU, and Texas. No further. No, you don't need to look any further than the SEC. Oklahoma, if you believe, John Mateer and the Sooners looked very good the first half of the season before Mateer got hurt. So if you want to pencil in Oklahoma, be my guess. But LSU, Texas, and Georgia are going to be the 3 teams that probably are in the college football playoffs. So we'll see how that goes. That's just my take. Let's see. Well, Naj just stepped out. He probably got a phone call or something. Let's see. Everything good, brother?
Yeah, all good, brother. All good.
Hold on. I just got a message. Yes, sir. The Ole Miss Clemson debacle, man. I think Dabo did his big one with this one, man. I commend him for being vocal.
Yeah, I think this one is something going on. Everybody talked about the can of worms that he's going to unlock with this, because I feel like everybody's doing it to a degree. But yeah, like I'm with Dabo on this one. I think if a player's already signed and he's locked in with the team, the fact you're going out of your way just to like contact him and he got text messages, it just shows that the NCAA needs to do better, especially when it comes to tampering. Now, look, if he was in the portal and you hit him up and you're trying to get him, that's different. But he's active on the team. He's locked in where he's at. Yo, what's your buyout? How can I cope you out? We'll pay you this to get you out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be like a team like, let's say the New York Giants. They just hired John Harbaugh. Josh Allen's the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. That's like them saying, yo, Josh, how much is left on your contract? All right, bro, we're gonna pay you that $50 million. We want you to come be a quarterback for our team. Think about how crazy that would be if that happened in the NFL. Right? So to that point, I think it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have some reprimands. You got to have some things that these guys have to uphold themselves to. And the fact that they can just freely go and text your player and convince them, I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? I think that's low. And NCAA does need to do something about it. We've been saying it for the longest. Our basketball takes, same thing. NCAA has to be better in this spot when it comes to that. And I think just holding it accountable. You should be penalized. Like, okay, hey, you're going to have to forfeit a game. You're going to have to do something to get this to stop. And once somebody's already locked in, now Miami Hurricanes is false to this too. Like I said, I don't play sides. I'm not biased. Like we did some stuff we shouldn't be doing either. But you need to have something in place for that. You know what I'm saying? Where they cannot hit up. And once you legally sign, you got to uphold that contract. Unless they're going to move in a different direction or you decide I don't want to be here no more and hit the portal, cool. But you shouldn't be getting convinced if you're already locked in with a contract by a team, we're going to pay you $10 million more and you're going to come play for us. Shouldn't be going like that.
Nah, facts. I agree with you, man. I said I commend Dabo for speaking up in a piece. He said this for that to be going on from the Ole Miss camp is obviously, and there not to be any remorse about it. Obviously, the NCAA is not ruling with an iron fist. It rules with an iron fist when it wants to, or really when it has to. This is going on, and I hope Dabo gets his restitution. I hope Dabo, spills the beans. And unfortunately, it's got to come. Somebody's got to put the foot down and put a stop to it some kind of way. As he said in the article, if grown-ups are going to do, if adults are going to do what adults do, which he's referring to tampering, then there has to be adults. There has to be adult consequences. So, you look at the whole Lane Kiffin situation, leaving Ole Miss, and you look at this. You just got to clean. It has to be cleaned up now. Obviously, if it were to work out, Ole Miss plays Clemson some kind of way, yes, the ratings would be high, but it has to be done in a tasteful way. Otherwise, even if this continues to go on, man, I just think we'll just see frustrated coaches, more cutthroat businesses, which is the way the world's going. So, and people like drama, so they probably do tremendous things for the ratings, but you have to have some integrity about the sport. And we'll look back in the day, point shaving, Pete Rose, and the list goes on and on. We're seeing that same era that we once frowned upon is happening today, and we're just kind of just sweeping it under the rug. Okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's the way of the world. It's just you gotta have some continuity in the game, man. It's just not a good place that the world is going. So I can see Dabo.
I'm with you, and he the only coach that's doing it. And a lot of people don't like Dabo. I don't know what that's for, but I like that he's calling it out and keeping it in the buck. You know, being 1,000 with it and saying for what it is, Bacon. You know, you need that at leadership, and that's why the game has suffered a little bit. Everybody talks about NIL. The problem with it's not the NIL, the portal, it's just the lack of regulation, right? The lack of that iron fist, as you just said, Bacon. You need more of the iron fist. Don't have enough of it, in my opinion, and that's where they're struggling.
And the only reason why he found us because with the athletic director or the president, I think the president of the athletic director caught wind of it or something, and he called old athletic director for Clemson, and them touching bases with Ole Miss, and he said that he didn't know about it, allegedly, and the proof was shown. He was like, man, I value your relationship. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know what I mean? You got to value eye-to-eye constituents over a player, you know, just to save face. And that's the only reason why it got out. You know what I mean? So, and the head coach for Ole Miss sent a picture of the contract of the increased offer already via phone. So, I mean, it's pretty messy, man. You know what I mean? As a tycoon, as a businessman, you know what I mean, you got to commend it, but, you know what I mean, like I said, you got to have some continuity.
You do. I'm with you, man. Shout out Dabo, man. Shout out Dabo for that. Everybody's going to do that, man. Everybody's going to do that. But all right, Bacon, man, we got some schedules to look at real quick. College football, man. Let's talk about Georgia Tech, man. They released their schedule today, ACC schedule, full slate of games, Bacon. I did an article on this. I'll probably have a couple more. I did my reaction already on my channel. But Bacon, I'll give this to you. What is your reaction? You're a Georgia Tech reporter. You do some obviously do articles and cover the team. What is your thoughts?
First game's at Stanford. First game's Colorado. That's right. First game at home versus Colorado. I mean, it's good. It's a good. I mean, that's a good game. This is a tough schedule. First and foremost,
right.
Colorado versus Tennessee versus Mercer. I can't remember Mercer's new hire right now. Former head coach of West Georgia. Did a tremendous job at West Georgia. I say that. So he's going home to Mercer. At Stanford, win. Duke should be a win. They're losing their starting quarterback. Not sure who's going to replace Darren Mensah. Darren Mensah. Virginia Tech. They're always decent, but I expect Georgia Tech to win this game. But like I said, man, it's a solid schedule. I've already said it, man. This is a career-defining season for Coach Brent Key. Lose your OC, lose a plethora of players. To me, it's almost as him starting at square one again, and having to build continuity, and you know what I mean, to hold what he's built. So this is a very big season for them. I'm going to lean to the side of optimism for Georgia Tech and Brent Keith, because I know what type of head coach he is. I know what type of program he's building. He's a rambling wreck first and foremost through and through. So I'm going to lean to the side of optimism for Georgia Tech. Now I'm not going to give my my record prediction. To me, it's still too early to kind of see.
For that.
But I'm gonna throw the floor, brother.
Okay, brother, we'll do that in August, going in almost September. So we gotta worry about that. You know what I'm saying? We good for now because they say you got to get through spring and we got to react to that, and then some of the acquisitions, young players, long way to go. So
sure.
You know, I think the first thing out is three games at home. To start the year, you know what I'm saying? You won the Flash. They played really well. I think they're 12-14 or 12-2 in their last 14 home games. They won 12 of the last 14. So really good at Bobby Dodd. Electric atmosphere. They even showed in the Pittsburgh game last year. They can show up and show out. So that's crucial for them. That game against Stanford's tough, right? I'm not saying they're gonna be elite program, but that's your first time out west in California as a team since 2005. It's a long damn time. You know what I'm saying? First game that you're playing against a California, I guess opponent in the ACC, right? First California opponent under Brent Key era. Yeah, that's not easy. Now, new head coach Tavita Pritchard that they hired under Andrew Luck. Not returning a whole bunch. I'm saying returning some guys. Only 6 guys out of the transfer portal. So it's still in the rebuild. I'm saying? But it's not easy to travel to the road. That could be a slip-up game after those first 3, right? But for me, that stands out. Virginia Tech. Go ahead and circle out one on your wagon for you, Bacon. I got them boys winning 9 to 10 games this year. Everybody going to sleep on VT. The reason why I say VT going to be a team to watch in the ACC, they got James Franklin as their new head coach, formerly of Penn State. He took a 120 roster in 2025 cycle, 2026 cycle. They have a top 25 recruiting class in the 2026 cycle. They have the number 4 class in the ACC when it comes to the transfer portal. Okay? They're going to be damn good next year. Trust me now. Damn good. All right? So that game is tough. Right after you play Duke, I think Duke will still be competitive. That VT game, circle your wagons. That's going to be a hell of a contest. Tough game for me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Georgia Tech, that's a tough game. Right? BC, you should beat them. They lost Dylan Lonergan. They lost Reed Harris. They lost some pieces. New quarterback. I don't think they'll be very good. My personal opinion. Pittsburgh's been a team. You've had to exercise your demons a little bit. They've had your number. They got to go to Pennsylvania and travel to them to go beat them. New roster. No Rasheem Biles anymore. Top linebacker at Texas now. Kyle Lewis is in the NFL. Desmond Reed is gone. Mason Heisler's your quarterback. True freshman last year will be a sophomore this year. How do you replace all that? It's a lot to replace, baby. But again, that's a team you struggle with. Louisville. It starts there. Them last 3, low it. Louisville, Clemson. Say what the hell you want. Louisville was always a really good team in the ACC. Went 4-4 this past year. No Miller Moss. We'll have a new quarterback at the helm. They're still going to have a really good roster. And they showed you when the chips against them, they play at a high level. Now, nobody's going to think Clemson's going to be good this year. You know what I'm saying? In Dabo. I mean, they ain't going to think so. Right? Because they underachieved this year, Bacon. They went 7-6. It's supposed to be a natty winner. Right? But at the same time, that's going to be a pretty good team. I think they got to rebuild, retool. No Clay Klubnik. They're not going to have some of these pieces. But they bring back some key pieces, Brian Wesco, things like that. So it's going to be a team to watch, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that stretch in November, when you're playing at Louisville, at Clemson, Wake Forest, that's a tough damn schedule. And then you play at Georgia to end things off.
At the Dome.
No, ain't no Dome now. You're going to Athens.
That's terrible.
You're going to Athens. This ain't Bobby Dodd. This ain't Mercedes-Benz, brother. You taking your ass to Athens.
I ain't let them fleece him like that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you had to get your money. You had to get your money on your 10 mil, your racks. Then you just got 2 more donations, Bacon. 10 million of the variety from 2 different donors.
Yeah,
Georgia Tech is a team, I keep telling you, Bacon. They have the makers to do it. But you brought up a good point. It's almost like they're rebuilding because you lost everybody. I'm going to tell everybody they lost here in a second. You lost every goddamn body. Damn near, right? But when you look at their alumni, Bacon, and how many multi-millionaire CEOs or whatever the hell you want to say, they got the bread, right? We just seen it with Indiana. Like Mark Cuban's finna donate so many. They need people to donate. I guarantee you, if them fans start doing that, bro, it won't be long for Georgia Tech is right back in that conversation. You can't tell me with all the money in the munyon, all them people generating, they'll start donating to that little fund, that Alexander Tharp fund. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? On the gold mine, bro. On the gold mine. Now, to your point, no Coach Peoples, no Coach Corey Peoples. There you go. No Darius Eubanks.
Tapped into the chat, by the way.
Yep. Gone. Buster Faulkner. Gone.
Yeah.
Assistant coaches. Gone. Jeep Wade. Gone. All them people is gone. Harrison Moe. Gone.
Gone.
Aaron Follow. Gone. Benny Stockton. Gone. Payne Joseph. Gone. Right? So to your point, you retooling the whole damn roster. They did some good stuff in that portal now, baby. No, if you saw Coach Keenum's cooking. You know about Justice Haynes.
Lil Mendoza.
Hey, Alberto Mendoza, you did some things in that portal. Got 3 solid caliber tight ends.
Yeah.
Spencer Mermans and Chris Corbo and Gavin Harris.
Lyman.
Solid. I think that defensive line gonna be damn good. Damn good next year. It should be. With Noah Carter.
On there a little bit now.
Yeah, come on now. They got some game records over there, man. Ain't no young talent you bring back Andre Fuller and Christian Garrett and you know, and then I really think Bacon
Ken Spradlin.
can't come on. I think they really hit on that defensive coordinator. Nobody gonna talk about it.
Where's he from again?
He's coming over from Southern Miss. Now, two things Georgia Tech struggle with. What's some 2 things, Bacon? Takeaways and
run defense.
And what's the third? One more.
Shit, pass defense. Yeah.
Sacks.
Sacks. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's what he specializes in that. Team led in takeaways and sacks. So you got the coordinator, got the talent.
Yeah.
You should be much better defensively. Now, it ain't gonna be easy to your point, Bacon, because you're almost retooling, rebuilding. So I don't know. You're optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't know. Some people feel like this schedule's not that tough. I think it is. So I think Clemson's gonna be good. I think Louisville's gonna be good. You know, I think Tennessee's gonna be much better. You know what I'm saying? VT. I think this is the toughest schedule people think.
5 potential top 25 teams in this one schedule, man.
Potentially. Now, if you're looking at last year, okay, cool. But if we look at last year, like Duke winning record, Clemson winning record, Louisville winning record, Georgia winning record, Wake Forest winning record, Tennessee winning record, the 6 teams winning records. So, but I digress. Let me give you the full of what's going on.
Nah, man. I agree, man. That was really my question, man. What's your thoughts on Lil Mendoza, man? You think he's the next signal caller for the Ramblin' Wreck?
I think he very well could be. I think they should have a quarterback competition, though. I do. I think you should have a quarterback competition. Let Graham Knowles get a little bite of that apple, man. He's been waiting for a minute.
Highly recruited quarterback. I mean, not highly rated quarterback out of high school.
Come on, rocket on.
Yeah.
You had success with Texas quarterbacks. Haynes King. I'm just saying, have a quarterback competition, man. It's gonna help. It's gonna help out your quarterback room. Give Grady Adamson a bite at the apple too. Why not? 3 quarterback competition. Let's see, because you might only get 1 year out of Mendoza because he's going, I think, redshirt sophomore year.
Yeah,
coming up. So why not see what you got? And the kid's smart. He's cerebral. He's very accurate when it comes to deep throws down the field. He can hit the intermediate throws. He don't turn over the football. He's calm. He's a dual threat. So yes, I would say he does have an inside track to be a starter. But all I'm saying, don't give him the starter role. Make him earn it.
I say I give you 3 players at most, maybe 4. 3, maybe 4. Most 3 or 4 players I'm most excited to see next year.
Okay. Hold on. We need to cut this. Go ahead. All right. Bacon top. You can do top 4, top 3.
It's just top 4.
All right. Top 4 players Bacon's most excited to see. Go ahead, Bacon. Give you the flow.
Number 1, you got to start off with Justice Haynes. Off the bat. Number 2, dramatic fashion. I think you got to be licking your chops to see number 27, Tay Harris, as a sophomore. That boy is something special. If you forgot what he did in high school, you may be reminded this upcoming season. Number 3, I was going to say Mendoza. You may have convinced me to reconsider Graham Knowles, but I'm going to stick to Lil Mendoza, man. He just went in the portal too fast, you know what I mean? And they snatched him up real quick. It seemed premeditated. He might well have had a no-contact clause.
They did that with Justice Haynes, too.
They did? Okay.
No contact clause when he hit the portal.
Let me find out Georgia Tech moving inconspicuous. Number 4, I cannot remember the name of that defensive lineman, but the top rated defensive lineman out of that class, like I said, like we said, man, the pass rush has been non-existent. We thought we had some sack artists last year. We just had people in uniforms, so that's going to be my 4.
Who's the pass rusher?
I mean, let me get his name. Georgia Tech. Transfer portal. All right. Let's see. Tackle. Oh, edge. Is it? It's not Jordan Walker, is it? No. It's Noah Carter.
Yeah.
Noah Carter from Alabama. That's the name that we need to keep an eye on. Is Noah Carter. But might be something special.
Okay. Smooth. All right. I'll give you my top 4 so you give your top 4. Number 1. Jalen Mbakwe.
Oh, yes. Oh, man, that's a good one.
5-star coming out of high school, 2-way player. Won a championship with Clay Chalkfield. Lower hat. Woof. If he played both sides of that ball, I don't know, man. Georgia Tech, woo. That's some talent right there, man. You're going to need him too. You know what I'm saying? You need that extra weapon, that piece. And if he explosive out of that boundary, along with Jordan Allen in that slot, you talk about guys that can go and get some explosive plays. Yeah, that's it. Now, Georgia Tech, it's been sporadic, right? They've had some explosive plays, not nearly to the level that they should have it. I don't know, though, with them two, and if Mbakwe can live up to the billing, Bacon, I'm telling you, man, you ain't going to have to do too much if you've been dozing. You really ain't. You ain't going to have to do too much. Nah. Number 2, I'm with you. Justice Haynes. Because he unlocks the whole damn offense.
Facts.
Home run hitter. 857 yards rushing and 10 tubs. Home run hitter. You have not had a running back of his caliber since Jahmyr Gibbs. You're going to just put that out there. You have not. That boy is NFL talent. NFL. With the L.
Hell yeah.
Come on, bro. You ain't had that if you Georgia Tech. Right? That's next level. And why is next level Bacon? He epitomizes everything you want to be if you hit Coach Brinke. You want to run that damn football down somebody's throat. And he's going to allow you to do that with Malachi Hosley. You know them the only 2 backs that had 7 yards per carry last year? Come on, man. That I'm telling you. And you're going to have team. That's why it's going to make Mendoza's job so much easier. Once they see him in the backfield,
man.
Come on. It's going to be 9-man boxes. So then that's one-on-one outside. Because about these no-name receivers, we chilling, bro. Nah, whatever. And then you can start hitting them deep plays down the field. You know what I'm saying? That unlocks the whole thing for them. So that's number 2 for me. All right. Number 3, most player I'm excited to watch. Right. I'm going to go Phoenix Felton. Underrated pick. I didn't pick Tay because you went on your soliloquy with Tay, and I'm 100% agree. He's going to be damn good, exciting to see. But Phoenix got a little bit of that burn towards the end of last year. Right? Played in the Georgia game.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you this, Bacon. Georgia Tech ain't going to hit that portal when it comes to safeties. I don't know if you peeped that. And they lost 2 guys, too. Now, there was depth pieces and reserve and DJ Moore and Christian Pritchett, but they ain't going to hit that portal. Now, they both just played true freshman seasons. That says a lot. I think Felton probably going to be a starter next year. Along with the Tay. That's going to be real interesting because if they anything of what they flashed as true freshmen, that might be one of the better safety duos in the ACC. We going to see. Very important.
6'1".
Yeah. Hard hitter. Different. Last but not least, I'm with you. Noah Carter. They desperately need a pass rusher. Now, Braden Manley came on towards the end, got a couple sacks the last couple of games. They need consistency. And if he can be half of what he's glimpsed or showed, they finally got a game record, and they need it bad. You know what I'm saying? Too many times they couldn't get to the quarterback. They need somebody to be able to help with that. I think Noah Carter can be that for them. So that's my top vote.
Well said. If they get to the quarterback last year consistently, they're in the CFB playoffs, and it might be Georgia. It might be Georgia.
Great point. All right, man. Last little topic. Let me see. I just had it. Let me pull it back up. All right, man. Coach Prime in the headlines again. But this headline, Bacon, I'm for it. Everybody's like, well, at this point, they might as well just make the college players employees. But I want to get to tape. I want to get to tape, man. I'm gonna read the tweet. It says college football and Deion Sanders plan, or Colorado football, excuse me, and Deion Sanders plan to issue fines to players for misconduct. Some fines include late to practice, $500. No show, $2,500. Late to meeting or film, $400.
Easy.
No show, meeting/film session, 2 bands. Late to conditioning, $1,000. No show conditioning, $1,500. Late to treatment, $1,000. No show treatment, $1,500. Violation of team rules, $1,000, $2,500. Public or social media misconduct, $2,000 to $5,000. What's your thoughts?
I like it. I like what Coach Prime is doing. It's going to be a lot of money stacked up. I already know because it's just kids. I'm not saying we have a bad program, but you got young man, freshman coming in with his bag. You know what I mean? I know some going to come in. Man, Coach, I wipe my behind with $400. Now, I like what Coach Prime was doing. Not only is it instilling discipline in the kids, but it's getting them ready for the league, man. It's getting them ready for real life, and that's what you have to hang your hat on. But on football side, as an analyst side, we've had Deuce and Scoop on the show. He said multiple times, Coach Prime is working tirelessly to get this team to the state that it needs to get back to, and implementing things like this, these checks and balances, is only going to increase attention to detail for this team and getting this team over the hump. Now, I'm not saying they would do it that this is the year where they made the college football playoffs. Yeah, we're just hoping to have a good winning season. They got a lot of talent. They hit the portal hard. I like what they brought in, Boo Carter, you know what I mean? They got some guys on the squad. But, I mean, I like this overall disciplinary. I mean, you're only going to get this from a coach who has or an NFL veteran, you know what I mean, implementing that system. So I agree with you. I like this.
I'll go further. NFL legend.
NFL legend, yeah. Well said.
Implementing that. Yeah, I'm with you. I said it in my post when I did it earlier today. I think it's great that Coach Prime's doing this. He needs to. It holds players accountable because the problem you have, and Coach Kirby Smart's talked about, is the entitlement. Like you're owed something, not owed nothing. You know what I'm saying? So these fines, like they're giving you all this money. Okay, now I'm treating you like an NFL athlete a little bit. Okay, you don't show up to meetings, you violate my team rules, your ass gets suspended, right? Or you're gonna owe money from that contract, the little money you're getting. You're gonna have to pay me.
No stipend.
No stipend. So I love that. He's holding them accountable. And it's the best way to do it because all y'all think about is money, and how can I make more money? Yeah. Now I'm incentivizing you with money. You don't do what you're supposed to do? Fine. You know what I'm saying? You don't come to team meetings? Fine. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to show up on time? Fine. And that is what they do in the NFL. You don't like it? It ain't cut out for you to make the NFL then because it's the exact same stuff they do there. Period. I love it. I'm with you. Like I said, this ain't about making a CFP next year or big. You just want Colorado to be competitive.
Right.
At the Big 12. I think they're more than capable of doing that. They got their quarterback one now, hit some solid people in the portal, decent recruiting class. They should be able to make a little bit of noise and surprise some people. I ain't saying make a CFP playoff, Big 12 championship, but they should be competitive in the Big 12 next year. But you want to establish a culture, you want to set a standard, this is the way to do it.
Facts, absolutely. I'm not sure who's not showing up to treatment, but come on, man. That's how I ain't gonna lie, man. I used to love a little treatment. You put a little ice bag. You know, we didn't have too much back then. You get a little ice bag, maybe a little ankle massage. That's it, man. This is nice. That's your treatment, guys. That
Facts.
1,500 gonna hurt you.
Facts. Well, Bacon, that's all the topics, man. Hour and 30 show, man. I don't got too much more. Lay this out for the day for be prepared for the rest of the week. Brother, you got any closing thoughts, any hot takes you want to get out before we let you go?
Any hot takes? Nah, no hot takes as of late, man. But stick to the show, stick to the Justice News podcast. You know what I'm saying? You'll get some takes. And right now things are kind of cool, kind of calm. We're kind of just taking in a lot of information right now. But nah, no hot takes today.
Respect it, man. Well, y'all, that's going to do it for today's show. We'll be back on Thursday for our Season the New podcast, Hoops. We appreciate all y'all tuning in for that one. Y'all always run this one up. We still trying to grow, obviously, the Hoops podcast. Shout out to Coach Wallace. He always helps out with great guests. We'll see if we can keep Atlanta on this upcoming week. I'll reach out tomorrow, see if we can bring on a Hoops basketball team. Getting very serious with Hoops right now, but playoffs not too far, region tournaments, all that good stuff. But that's what we got in store for Thursday. And like I said, we'll be back then. Y'all stay tuned for the rest of the week. I'm going to try to get Tell the Tapes done tomorrow. My brand new recruiting show I'm going to do on Thursdays before we do our Hoops podcast. That will be just solely me. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in on recruits, staying acclimated. And that's going to do it for today's show, man. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And we will see you soon. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Y'all follow us on all our social medias. Everything is linked down below. Bacon Network. Naj and Bacon on all platforms, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.